All right, so y'all know what time it is. Y'all see the title. It is time to get into the Phone Rebel Gen 5 for the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Easily one of my favorite cases, all-time favorite cases for the iPhone, man, because they just know what to do and they know how to get it right. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it, man. Fresh off the press, shout out to everything Apple Pro, shout out to Philip and the team for as soon as they become available, overnighted me one so I can get that video out to y'all. So you can ask me any questions in the comments down below to get any kind of thing that you want to know about the case answered. I'm gonna be in the comment section deep after the video. So as you already know, man, this is gonna be the standard Phone Rebel packaging. This is gonna be the Gen 5 right here. I know you're like, T, I don't give a damn about that packaging, man. Get to the case. But as you can see, man, there's a few things that has changed with the Gen 5 compared to the Gen 4 right here of last year, which was also a very, very great case. And we'll kind of compare some of the differences as we go along. But you can see on this one, you're going to have your interchangeable parts as always. You're going to have your buttons that you will be able to switch. I got a little update on when those may become available as well, along with that camera ring, which this is the first time in Phone Rebel history, I guess you can say, that you'll be able to change out the camera ring for a regular ring. You can change it out to one with actual kickstand on it. All of these things are going to be coming in the future for Phone Rebel, and they have a little bit of Phone Rebel branding down here that you are also able to change. So this is going to be a very modular style case. You can customize it to your liking, man. That's one thing I always like about Phone Rebel cases. And all the rest of it, you see all the other features that they have going on with it, man. CNC lens, ceramic coating, anti-shock, strong magnets, very strong magnets, super grip, easy swipe in all directions. We'll test that out. Air mid fiber tactile buttons and a 2.75D screen protector is included in the packaging. As you can see right here, when you get it out the packaging, the screen protector is included. Now, if you guys want me to do a standalone video about that, I will. Let me know in the comment section down below. But you already know we're just going to be getting into the case itself. So let's go ahead and jump into it. And here it is. Phone Rebel Gen 5. Man, I was waiting on this case like it was actually a phone coming, like this was iPhone day. But let's go ahead and take a look. So on the slow down, T. So on the back side, you can see you're going to get that aramid fiber pattern. Now, I know a lot of people are going to ask me about this, asking, is it smooth? Now, you do have a slight texture to it. It's not going to be smooth like the Pataka Pro or anything like that. Nowhere near that smooth. But you do have a little feel, and you can definitely feel it. Probably the most you've been able to feel the fibers since this case probably has came out. I know for the 13 version, a lot of people really love the way it felt. 14 version, I feel like, went back to being a little bit more slippery, but this one right here is really on point, and you really can be able to tell the grip of that aramid fiber, and I'm sure that will help a little bit with grip. Down here, as you can see, you're going to get your Rebel branding here, and as you stated, this right here can be, and let me go ahead and just demonstrate for you, it can be popped out. So once again, this can be something that you can kind of change if you want to customize this yourself, add it, you know, they're going to be offering different colors and different things like that, and you can just pop it back in here and everything is just fine. So that's going to be something that you can change out as well. On that inside, you're going to get that very dope looking pattern that's going on the inside of it. And this is going to be a soft lining, which is also a first when it comes to the Phone Rebel. Very strong magnets. Let me say it again, man. Very strong magnets. So we're going to test those out here in a little bit. Now, flipping it over on the outside of it, here is where you're going to get that Rebel branding up front. You're going to get those kind of beefed up corners to it a little bit. You're going to be able to get those raised little feet on your corners as well. That's going to protect it when you're talking about setting your phone on the face, lifting it up a little bit. Very nice border that goes around it. This is going to be a very stiff case. This is not going to be a flimsy case. They always have extremely tight fit, and that's what I'm here for when it comes to the Phone Rebel cases. But I know the main thing that you guys came to see is going to be that grip on the side. This has been one thing that I think all Phone Rebel users have been complaining about. It's like, yo, the case is amazing, but it's just slippery as hell. We got to add a little bit of grip to it. And they said, you know what, hold it. We got the grip on the sides, and they added some grip. And I'm here to tell you, man, I popped this phone on, been using it for a little bit. The grip is amazing, and it gives us exactly what we have been missing when it came to the Phone Rebel case. And of course, you're going to get your buttons. Now, they have a very nice look. This color right here is very smooth because it's not like a bright silver. It's kind of like a toned down grayish bronze. I don't know. I'm a fan. I am a fan of these buttons. Of course, these are going to be interchangeable. You can pop these out in the future once you get that, you know, the buttons and the different colors and different things that Phone Rebel has to offer. Same thing with that camera ring, and you can see that color that I'm talking about. This color just looks really good, and the way you're going to be able to change that is you do have screws on the inside of your camera lens, so you'll be able to get a little screwdriver, change this lens to whatever lens that you want. And once again, once we get them in, I'll be sure to do all the videos on what you can change this bad boy out to. And looking at the bottom of it, you can see you get all of your accurate cutouts. They switched them up a little bit this year. They used to be this kind of design where they used, well, no, it's still the same. They just added a little bit of more curviness to it when you were talking about the bottoms near the port. So let's go ahead and bring the scale over here. That's basically everything that I can think about with the actual case itself. You're going to get that signature those little cuts that you get on a Phone Rebel case. And I'm going in detail because I know a lot of people really want to know details because there's so many little things that goes along with this case. But let's go ahead and pop it on the scale, see how much it weighs. And she gonna be 55 grams. So it is gonna be a little bit on the chunkier, a little bit on the heavier side when it comes to cases, but I'm not tripping, all right? Because that's what I want when it comes to this Phone Rebel. So let's go ahead and pop it in, button side, and snap it in, and man, this case feels good. Let's go ahead and wipe it down and make sure it's all good because it's gonna be that aramid fiber. You're gonna get fingerprints up there. That's just what it is. It doesn't matter who it's by, who it's from, you will get a little bit of fingerprints up there. But when it's up there, it is going to be a very, very nice looking case. And it feels so good already. I'm not being a hype beast. I'm telling you, the Phone Rebel excitement is real. Let's go ahead and step through it. So on the top side, it's going to be completely closed. On that right side, you're going to get that grip. You're going to get that button. As you can hear it, nice and tactile when it comes to that button. No issues at all. On the bottom, you can see your cutout is accurate. No issues at all. Let me kind of look at it off camera to make sure everything looks good. Yeah, the cutouts are good. There's no issues at all with the cutout. Taking a look at the buttons on that left side. Nice and tactile. Action button. Nice and tactile action button as well. So all the buttons seem to check out just fine. Flipping it over on the back, you see you're going to get that raised lip. And that lip definitely gives you a bit of clearance by your cameras. I always got to look at it off camera because sometimes it looks a little bit different when you're looking at it through the camera lens, but you're going to get just enough to where you put it down on the back, you will be good to go. The case is going to have a little bit of rock. I thought they made it to where it didn't rock. It does have a little bit of rock as you see when you're talking about the case, but that's not a deal breaker in my opinion, but I got to point it out so you guys can see that. Now, talking about the lay on the table protection. Now, you already know, like I stated, the way they do their lay on the table protection is they're going to raise the corners to when you set it down, you don't have to worry about it because those four corners are actually keeping it up more so than the actual lip around the entire case. And the reason that they do that is because the sides are going to allow you for easy swiping. So when you look at it like this, you see just those four corners protruding, but the swipes are going to be what's going to be very easy because they taper all of their sides for the sides and the bottom to allow you easy swiping gestures and different things like that. I feel like that is such a smooth design. It just makes things a little bit more comfortable when you're talking about swapping over there to the camera, getting over there to this. It just makes things feel really good when you are talking about swiping it. So good job when it comes to that. Sitting down, face first, you're definitely good to go. You don't have to worry about anything. This is going to be a Phone Rebel, man. These things are going to survive drops. If you have not seen a drop test that Philip has done with the Phone Rebels, I'm pretty sure he'll be coming out one with the 15 Pro Max, and I cannot wait to see it because this case always does its thing when you were talking about protection. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the fit because we always have to talk about the fit, man. And then when you're going along the sides of it, as you can see, very, very stiff. You get a little bit of play when it comes to the buttons. Now, this is one area that I really want to pay close attention to because sometimes I get a little bit of bowing right here by the buttons as I begin to really use the Phone Rebel case weeks and weeks, months in. I get a little bowing right here, so I'm really paying close attention. Phone Rebel team, close attention to these areas right here because that's like a wear area that can kind of wear and start to swell out over time. So I will be paying very close attention to those areas. Top and the bottom, very, very stiff. I mean, you wouldn't expect nothing else. Once this case is popped on, I mean, you hear that side, it's on. Everything is on good. Everything it pops on just fine. No issues. This case, let's go ahead and talk about that feel because that's what you want to know. The feel of it is, it's what you've been missing. The Phone Rebel case, when it came to this, and let me go ahead and compare, it was always a slippery material. You know, sometimes you can kind of deal with it, but sometimes it just did feel very slippery. And I was just like, man, I really wished, we all wished they just had a little bit more grip. That was a lot of you guys' pet peeve when using this case. I'm here to tell you, the grip is solved. We don't got to talk about grip anymore because it is 100%. The slipperiness 100% eliminated with these grips on the side. They feel just perfect. They don't dig into your hands. I know a lot of people may think it's going to dig into your hands. It does not dig in your hands. It feels good. It feels comfortable because these little notches, I feel like are curved off. They're rounded off on the edges, so it's not going to leave a very pointy pointy feeling in your hand. Same thing when you're talking about holding the phone. It's not going to dig into your corners. I know they're real big on trying to smooth some of those surface places out so it doesn't dig into your hand. And every iteration, it does smooth out ever so slightly. When it comes to these areas right here, everything starts to get a little bit more smooth. Everything starts to feel real good in your hand. And in my opinion, it does feel real good. When you're talking about added bulk, I mean, it does add a little bit of thickness to it, but I'm not mad at it, man, because I love the look of the Phone Rebel case, and I can deal with this level of bulk if you have to. So I really think they did an amazing job with it. Doesn't feel like a super heavy, chunky case. Feels really, really good in hand. Now, let's go ahead and talk about those magnets. Now, before, with the Phone Rebel Gen 4, let's see if we can pick this actual base up without no case in there, okay? And you can see it definitely picks it up without no case. So you already know those magnets are super strong. Now let me go ahead and try that with the Phone Rebel Gen 5 because they do say there are stronger magnets. So let me go ahead and try that. And this, as you can see, picks up my base as well with no case in there. We're talking about with no phone in there. We're talking about case only. Picking up this Nomad base. Sometimes phones with cases with the combination can't even pick this up. So the magnets seem very, very good. So let's go ahead and pop the 15 Pro Max back in here. Pop it on MagSafe so you can go ahead and check out that charger. So it does work just fine. And picking this up, it feels very confident. I always got to put my hand down here, but that is a very nice, strong magnet. They say this is the strongest magnets that they've ever had in a Phone Rebel case, and I'm here to believe it because this feels very, very strong. Until you actually try to yank it off of it, it's up there, but just being like this, I'm telling y'all, man, if y'all new to this channel, this is what strong MagSafe magnets look like. So good job, Phone Rebel, when it comes to that right there. And then just trying your normal MagSafe accessories, I mean, it's going to work just fine. You can really tell that MagSafe strength, as I always say, once you really pop these standalone accessories up there. So if you want to use a battery pack, you want to use a wallet, these things will work here up there 100%. You don't got to worry about these bad boys falling off, man. So that's going to be the Phone Rebel Gen 5. Yo, knocked it out the park. And it's just the beginning of this case because once you're talking about getting all the interchangeable pieces that goes on with this case, where you can change out the ring, you can change out the buttons, you can change out this right here, it's really going to allow you to really get a little bit wild when it comes to this case. I did reach out to them. They said the orange version, the ultra orange versions of the little additions will be coming in the next few weeks, and then the other colors early next month. I think that's what they said, or within a few months or something like that. So it's coming. It's not available now. Right now, you're just going to be able to get the phone. I think these are only available right now for the 15 Pro and Pro Max. It will run you $50. The price did go up ever so slightly, but as they improve these cases, give you better features, of course, it's going to have to make that price rise up a little bit. So $50 for this right here, I think it's a great price. We have cases that's still more expensive, but it's not delivering on everything that the Phone Rebel Gen 5 does. Honestly, I'm going to use this case for a long period of time. I'm going to come back, check in with y'all on how I feel about the case, what I like, what I don't like about it. But right now, clicky buttons, nice design, the grip is there, strong magnets, having the ability to change different things out. Right now, it's checking all the boxes. Excellent fit. I mean, it's doing its thing. Phone Rebel keeps finding a way to improve year after year, and they're listening to the feedback, and that's all we ask from our case manufacturers is just give us a solid case. And Phone Rebel has delivered yet once again with the Gen 5. So I will link their website down below. It's not affiliate or anything like that. Hit it down below. I think they still have a little slight discount code Gen 5 so you can get a little bit of percentage off. Help out that price a little bit that makes this case just that much sweeter. Go get the Phone Rebel Gen 5. If you're a Phone Rebel fan and you just need a little bit more grip, this right here is going to be the perfect case for you.